We are live from Switzerland. Let's just give everyone a chance to join us. So let's see who is here. Okay, hi Ange, hi Gina, hello. Give us a wave, tell us where you're from, who you are. What's the weather like where you are? Is it sunny? Is it rainy? Is it snowy? Is it windy? What kind of weather is it here? Say hello to everyone. My little mini chef.
Another mini chef.
What are you then?
Mini chef.
Mini chef. Right.
Another mini chef.
Laura Siri, hi. How are you from London? Is it sunny in London? It is. Hi. Hello. Oh. Okay. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes and let's just wait and see who else is going to join us, and then we'll get going. Hi, Karina. How are you? Hello. I can't see you waving, but you can see me. We're just going to give it a couple minutes. My boys are over there somewhere. Hopefully today won't be such a messy one. Hi, Risha. How are you? Nice talking to you the other day. Hello, Ethan. Look, Ishan, your friend Ethan's there. Say hi, Ethan.
Hi, Ethan.
To this one. He's on this one here.
Where?
Let's just give it a tiny bit longer. Yeah, don't touch the screen because we don't want to cancel everybody out, okay? So let's just give it a tiny bit longer. So today's prep hasn't been so great, really.
Mummy?
I've been rushing around trying to get organised.
Mommy?
And having kids and trying to get all your bits and bobs.
Is this Ethan?
It is. Did you just read that? Well done.
No.
Ishan, hang on a minute.
I just know
Thank
Ethan begins with E.
And having little kids and trying to prep for all these things is a little bit difficult. So, you know, you just got to kind of go with it. And hopefully I haven't missed anything of my ingredients prep. I've got my little recipe here. So I think we should probably get going unless there are is there anyone else? Hi, Asha. How are you? Oh, it's sunny where you are. Which part of London are you in? Are you at home today? Okay, so we will get started. Aaron, do you want to say hello to everybody? My little monkey. Say hi. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. Say hi. We are live on YouTube. We are also live on Instagram and we are live on Facebook. And he's definitely live. All right, okay, let's get going. I think everybody's ready. Let me just run through the ingredients. Aaron, can you help Mummy, please? Okay, Aaron, do you want to do baking with me? Okay, I think we might have to get rid of Aaron. Let's get rid of Aaron. Aaron, unless you can stay here like this nicely, then... Okay, right, let's get going. So I'm going to quickly run through the ingredients list with you so that you make sure you've got everything ready. So let's start off with, we are going to have 3 carrots. Make sure they are grated. If they're not, you can get cracking with that. Also, we have got 3/4 cup of chopped walnuts. So I had a couple of questions about how chopped. So literally, I got one in my hand, and I just crumpled it. I'm just going to tilt this a little bit more. There you go. You can see it now. So I just crumpled it with my hand, and that's it. So you've got your cup of 3/4 cup of. What have you done, Ishan? What did you do?
I just pressed.
Ishan, can you not press anything? 1 second. All right, there we go. You pressed the reverse camera. Okay,
Mommy,
so
I didn't press the reverse there. I just pressed this.
Okay, don't press that then, okay? Because that might actually make everybody go away. We don't want that, do we? Okay, 3/4 cup of chopped walnuts, then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, crushed cinnamon, cinnamon powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder. We also need 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. If you don't have nutmeg, don't worry about it. Not everybody has nutmeg. I did have it. I don't always have it, but I did have it. 3/4 cups of brown sugar. a quarter cup of dairy-free milk. So I made my own almond milk the other day, so we're going to use that. If you haven't seen my video, it's on Instagram and Facebook, so do check it out. Then we need 2.5 tablespoons of oil, sunflower oil. I mean, if you don't have sunflower oil, it's not a big deal. You can go with any oil that you're used to. Rapeseed, olive oil will work. Any of those oils are absolutely fine. Then we want 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of plain dairy-free yogurt. Lots of questions about what do you do if you don't have dairy-free, and if you don't want to make a vegan version, you can use standard normal yogurt. That's okay as well. And also, you don't have to use dairy-free milk. You can use normal milk. That would also work, but it would just not be vegan. Then we want to go for 2.5 cups of plain flour, and I'm going to go with gluten-free. You don't have to, but as everybody knows, we normally make gluten-free stuff because of my husband. Okay, so, and then we will talk about the frosting, because I am going to do the frosting with you, because you're going to make it and put it in the fridge, let it set while your cake is baking. All right, should we get started? How are we? Are we ready to go? Right, let's go. Okay, so let's get our mixing bowl. So we've got our mixing bowl here. Like always, I normally whack everything in, but let's do it in a different order. Let's go with all the dry stuff first. So should we start off? What's that then?
Flour.
It's flour. Should we start with the wet stuff first?
Dry.
Dry or wet?
Dry.
Okay, actually, let's go wet stuff. So we're going to go with the milk. So let's go back and find how much milk we're going with. We are going to go with our milk. So grab your dairy-free milk, or if you're using regular milk, and you're going to go for 1 cup. I'm just going to grab mine from the fridge. So here's my dairy-free milk that I made, and you can see that all the almond bits have settled at the bottom, so you're just going to give it a little shake.
I saw you make this.
You did see me make it.
No,
so this is my 1 cup of milk, in it goes. If you want to start with dry, like you guys know what my recipes are like, I normally just get mixing, especially when you're making things like this with the kids. I just get mixing. So,
is that banana milk?
So no, it isn't. It's almond. Do you remember I made it?
It smells good.
It smells great. Right, so we've gone in with our milk. Then we're going to go in with our yogurt. So 2 tablespoons of yogurt, Isha. So I'm going to just grab my dairy-free yogurt. I'm going to go in with 2 tablespoons. Okay, Isha? Here we go. You want to do 2? Yeah?
It smells good.
Be careful. Pop in 2. 1. Oh! And let's go with the second one. Right, you didn't quite do a full tablespoon, so can I just do a little bit more? Right, there we go. Can you give that a stir, please?
Because it smells good.
Okay, can you give that a stir for me, please? Good. Okay, then we are going to pop in the sugar. As I said, if you're doing it in a different order, it really doesn't matter, but we're going to go with our sugar. So we've got our 3/4 cup of sugar. Now, when it comes to baking, I tend to always use slightly less sugar, purely because, I mean, you know, we've got carrots in there, we've got sugar in there, we've got some nuts in there. So I just don't think your cakes need, we're going to do a frosting on top as well. It just doesn't need so much sugar. So whenever I do frosting on any one of my cakes, whether it's a normal birthday cake or whether it's a cupcake, I always tend to use less sugar. So I'm going to go in with less sugar. So here we go. So we've gone, rather than 3/4 cup, we've gone just a little bit less. Keep mixing, keep mixing. Right.
Oh, it's turning into chocolate.
Yeah, why don't you want to use that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You use that one. Put that over there. So we've done our sugar. I'm going to pop in my, I have to give this a smell because I've put them all in little bowls and I got they all brown. So this is nutmeg. Let's get going with our nutmeg. Hope everyone's doing okay. So far I've put in the milk, I've put in the yogurt, I put it, okay, slowly. I put in the milk, yogurt, the sugar, and nutmeg. Now I'm going to go in with ginger, dried ginger. Good. I'm going to go in with my cinnamon. Okay. Okay, so let's just go recap on the quantity. So we've got 1 cup of dairy filled. 1 second, I've had a question. Bubbles, yes. Keep mixing, Ishan, but slowly. So 1 cup of dairy-free milk. I've used the homemade almond milk I made the other day. Then we're going in with 2 tablespoons of plain dairy-free yogurt. I've used Alpro soya. Then we went in with our 3/4 cup of brown sugar, but I used a little bit less, just less than 3/4 cup because we're using frosting. But you go with what you feel. But the recipe calls for 3/4 cups. And then we've gone in with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And that's where we've got to. So hope you're doing okay with that. All right, so we are now going to go in with our baking powder and flour. So actually, we're going to go in with our baking powder and flour. So baking powder, we've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder going in. Hang on, Ishan, I just need to...
I'm making a tomato. This is a tomato.
Okay, so I've got my 1 teaspoon of baking powder going in. All right. Is it a tornado? That's cool.
Whoa.
Okay, we're going to go in with our 2.5 cups of plain gluten-free flour. I love this brand called Shah. I'm not sure if you can get it in the UK. I know you can get the pizza bases and some products from Shah, which is a gluten-free brand in the UK, but I've not actually seen this plain flour mix. So this is just a flour mix. So let's go in, and now in goes my flour.
Wow.
All right, now you've got to slow it down a little bit. Right, while the kids are mixing, or whether you're mixing, okay, let's try not to make too much mess today, yeah? Get your ovens on to 180 degrees to preheat your oven. So I'm just going to pop over to the oven to do that. Okay, keep mixing, Ishan. Can I just have a little go? Oh, we might have to go in with a spoon because we used a whisk and we shouldn't have. Hang on. We'll take this out.
No.
1 minute, Ishan. I need to get this out and then we need to use the spoon. All right, so let's get all this flour and all our mixture, because then our cake's not going to taste very nice, is it?
No.
Okay, so we've got to still put in our carrots. Let's not forget our carrots. So keep mixing. Now, you can put in your carrots. All right, if that's not me, let me have a go. Right, let's put in. Ooh, ours is looking a bit hard. Should we go and put a little bit more milk, because we may not quite put enough.
Can I drink some milk? I want to drink some milk.
Hold on. Let's get the carrots. Right, let's go. Let's put our carrots in.
How? With my hand? Can I do it with my hand?
You can put your carrots in.
I'm putting it in.
Okay, good job. Yeah, we're going to go in with the oil in a bit as well. We've still got to put in the 2.5 tablespoons of oil. Good job, Ishan. Well done. So we've popped in our carrots and we're going to just give that a nice mix. But our mixture started to get a little bit hard, and I think it's because I didn't quite have enough milk. So I'm just going to add a little bit more milk and then the oil, and that should be fine. So I'm just going to give my hands a rinse. Right. Ishan, I need to get the oil. That's the one thing. See what I mean? Like, I didn't prep everything. So if you move over to that chair, I can just grab the oil. Thank you. All right, let's move your chair forward. Right, keep mixing. How's everybody doing? So we're going to add in the oil. Yep, go for it. Put the oil in. Right, keep mixing, Shan. Just looking for the oil. So we've got 2.5 tablespoons of oil going in. Right, so I'm going to pop in my 2.5 tablespoons of oil. Now, mix from the bottom. And we're going to go in. Now, with the walnuts, we're not going to put all of them in because we want to crumble some at the top for our frosting. So we're going to go, so I've said, oh, there's a bit of batter there. So I've said 3/4 cup of walnuts. So you want to basically, from what you've got, you want to put most of it and just keep like a little part, maybe less than 1/4 for the topping. So we've popped in our walnuts. How's everybody doing? Yep, oil's gone in. Okay, mix it. Right, we've got to really give that a mix. Ours is looking a bit better now. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more milk because I didn't quite have a full cup. Okay. It should be quite sticky, a bit thick. You've got quite a lot of dry stuff in there. Okay. Ours is looking much better now. How's it smelling, Ishan? All those spices.
Wow, this is good.
Is it? All those spices. Well, I'm gonna show you what ours is looking like. Let me show everybody.
It smells like almond milk.
Well, that's because we used almond milk, didn't we? Right, so ours is looking like this. So there you go. That's ready. But you just got to make sure that you've mixed everything through nicely. Yeah, let me just give one more mix and you can have a go. It's quite tough, isn't it?
Looks
right, go on. You have a go.
It's a tornado.
Right, I'm just going to give him a little mix and just make sure we haven't missed anything. Quickly scale through our recipe. Yep. Okay, so that's the cake done. Well, it's not cooked, but that's the cake batter. How's everybody doing? That's going to go in a lined loaf tin, or if you want to do muffins, you can do little muffins or little cupcakes. That's also absolutely fine. I know that whenever I do these things, my loaf tin is not that big, so I'm going to use most of it for here, and I'm going to do a couple of little extra cupcakes. So this is ready to go in, Isham. So we're going to use this spatula to spoon it in. Okay. Let's move over.
I'm not finished.
Okay, so now you want to help me spoon this in?
Can I have that one?
Yeah, go on, give me this. Right, there we go.
Please. Thank you. I can't see.
I know. If it's too runny, you need to put in a little bit more flour. Oh, okay, there we go, Ishan. Good job. Okay, you're going to stop there because we're going to make a few cupcakes. Stop. Hold on. Let's do a little bit more. Okay, there we go. If it's runny, just add a tiny bit more of your flour that you've used.
I can do it.
It's not meant to be runny. All right, there
I
we
can
go.
flatten it.
Okay, you flatten that. I'm just going to give my hands another little rinse.
I'm good at flattening.
Okay, well, be careful. You don't want to get it out of the edges. We're going to get some cupcake cases. Shall I tell everybody what you're doing?
No, okay. I'm good.
Okay, so I've got a few cupcake cases.
What is I doing with my piano?
Right. What's he doing with your piano? I think he's having a little go. All right, Ishan, we've got to be careful that it doesn't go on all these edges because all of this will start burning in the oven. Okay, great. Is Aaron coming back again now? Hang on. Right, so can I just show everybody now? Let me show everybody. Because Ishan, we've still got to make frosting. So that's what it looks like. and this is now ready to go in the oven. But I'm just going to spoon these out as well, quickly. You're going to do it like this. Look, let me do one. I'll show you, and then you do the others. Okay? See how much I took?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. There's enough there for 4 cupcakes. I love cupcakes because, you know, you can just whip one out and give it to the children. You don't have to faff around with cutting slices or anything like that. So it is a lot easier sometimes just to go with cupcakes or muffins. And these are great. I mean, you've seen how much sugar there is. There isn't a massive amount. And if you're really conscious about the sugar, actually, do you know what I used today? I didn't actually even use brown sugar. I used coconut sugar. So, you know, if you're a bit more conscious about how much sugar your children are eating, or even for yourself, you might want to opt for a different sweet alternative. So, and then you've got some veggies in there, which is really good. I'm pretty sure you can do this with courgette. Let's go for the next one. I'm pretty sure you can do this with courgette, with beetroot. Courgette might be a little bit bitter, so you may want to add a little bit more sugar. But yeah, it would work. Just you'd need to, I was talking to Nisha about this earlier today, you'd need to definitely wring out the extra water, because then you will end up with too much liquid in your batter. So ours are ready to go in the oven now. Just having a quick look to see if there's any questions. It doesn't look like it. So what we're going to do is pop these in the oven for 55 minutes. 55 minutes, an hour. Again, like you would normally, poke it through with either a knife or a cocktail stick, just to check that it's cooked through and the knife or cocktail stick comes out clean. So it's going in the oven for about an hour at 180 degrees. And while that's going in the oven, we're going to quickly make our frosting together. For those of you who want to stick around and do that. No, it's gachoish and it's not cooked, so you can't eat it. And then once the cake is completely cooled down, so you want to put it on a cooling rack, take it out of the tin and put it on you want this? Do you want this? Okay, you can come down now if you want. You want to put it on a cooling rack and just wait for it to completely cool down before you frost it, because there's nothing worse than frosting something that's still warm or hot or even a little bit warm. It needs to be completely cooled. It's going in the oven for 1 hour at 180 degrees. If you feel like it's starting to burn, check it, turn down the heat. But I'm with you for a little bit longer just while we make the frosting. So I'm going to pop these in the oven, wash my hands, I'm going to get crack on with the frosting. So, Ishan, are you going to stay with us for the frosting?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so let's get our frosting mixing bowl. Let's pop this over here.
I didn't finish.
No, but this is going in the oven now.
Mommy.
Right, this is going in our oven. Right, Ishan, come on, let's make the frosting. So let me just give this a little, there we go. So we've got a new bowl for our frosting, and we are going to go grab all the bits that we need. Okay, so for the frosting, if you are happy for me to carry on with the frosting, we can keep going. This does not take any time, and then you're going to pop the frosting in the fridge, and when your cake is completely cooled down, you can take it out of the fridge, cover your frosting over your cake, however you want to do it, and then just crumple some of those extra crumbled walnuts, and then it's ready to eat. So let's get cracking. So we need 3 tablespoons of dairy-free yogurt. We need 3/4 cups of dairy-free cream cheese, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence, and 3/4 cups of icing sugar. So let's pop in all the things that we need. Now, I had a few questions about this. As I said, always message me, because not everybody's vegan. You may want to go for a dairy option. So, you know, you could make normal buttercream icing. This was around my bag of. No, we're making the frosting, Ishan. Do you know how we make the frosting? You know, with our little hand machine. I love this machine. I have had this machine for so long.
I love it.
Do you know, I think I bought that machine for about 20 quid years and years and years ago, and it has really, really served me so well. I absolutely love it. I think I'm going to give it a name. What should we call it?
I know. The best maker.
The best maker?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
No, the best maker. The mixer maker ever.
The best mixer maker ever? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you please recap the frosting? So, let's start off with, don't turn that on just yet, right? Everybody's asking some questions, so we just need to give them their answers so they can do it with us, because everyone at home is also doing this. So we're going to go with 3/4 cup of icing sugar. We've got 3 tablespoons of dairy-free yogurt, 3/4 cups of dairy-free cream cheese, and a teaspoon of vanilla essence. If you don't have dairy-free yogurt or dairy-free cream cheese, you can try with normal butter icing. So you would go with the same quantity of icing sugar, and you would, I'm just calculating it now. I think you would go in with, if we do 3/4 cup of icing sugar, I think you're going with about, if you've got a block of butter, which is 500 grams, you go in with 50 grams to start off with. No, we don't need that. Okay, so we're going to go in with our icing sugar. Let me grab, where did I put the vanilla essence, Ishan?
Mommy,
Oh, it's here.
it is to warm things up. Mommy.
To warm things up? No, that is for light. If we need light while we are doing this. Now, I'm not using vanilla extract or essence. I'm actually using extract, sorry. I'm not using essence. When you're using extract, you use a little bit less. Okay, so in goes the vanilla.
Can I mix?
And then I'm going to just, not yet, we're going to put the cream cheese in, and we're going to put the dairy-free yogurt. This is something I've actually never done before, this type of frosting. I always go for a buttercream, so it's going to be interesting, something I'm learning too. So here's our, right, how much dairy-free yogurt did I say, Ishan?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, let's grab a spoon. So we said 3 tablespoons of dairy-free yogurt. Don't do that. There's cream cheese in there. Do you want to do that? 3 tablespoons?
This smells good.
Let's go quickly. Come on, we haven't got much more time left. We don't want to keep everyone away from their daily things that they're getting on with. 1, 2, 1 more, 3. Right, you didn't quite put 3, so I'm going to go in with 3 tablespoons of yogurt has gone in.
Wow,
Let's just pop that. It smells good, doesn't it? Do you know what that smell is? That's vanilla. Does anybody know where really good vanilla comes from?
Wow, it smells
This is cream cheese. So we're going to go in with our cream cheese. So we've got 3/4 cup of cream cheese going in. I already prepped this from before. I also had a question from Sheena. Can you use, what was it that Sheena said? Sheena, remind me again what you said. Instead of cream cheese, can you use fromage frais, was it? No. I think it was. But that works. Okay, so that's ready. Let me just rinse my hands. I'm always rinsing my hands. Yeah, we're going to be ready with mixing that now. Okay. So we've got everything in there. All right, let's go. So out with your hand whisk. If you don't have a hand whisk, you can use just a normal. Might take a bit longer. Oh, got a piece of carrot in there. Yeah, you can turn it on. Cream cheese. You can use cream cheese. Right, keep going. That's cool. Right, stop a second. Right, in a second, after I've whisked this up, I'll show you the consistency, and then it's got to go in the fridge to harden up a bit more as well. So when you do put it on your cake, it won't be runny. Okay, let's go. Is that nice? Okay. Okay, so let's have a look at the consistency. It's a little bit runny, so you still want to go in. You see that, everyone? Still a bit runny, so you still want to keep whisking a little bit longer until it starts thickening. All right, let's go again. Let's see. Oh, it's getting thicker. It's getting thicker. So just a bit longer. Yeah, do you want to have a little try? Oh, hello. Number 2's back. You want to have a go? And then I'll put your turn to 10. You can have a go. There you go. Go on. Press the button.
Press it.
One. Okay, now you guys can go and watch whatever you want to watch. Okay, I'm going to have one. Are you watching the telly, Darren? Right, put your now. No. Okay. Can you try that? No? Mm. That's really good. Alright, let's go. Alright, that's enough. Okay, so it's thickened up slightly. I'm going to show you the consistency. Let's show everybody the consistency. So it's not just dripping. It is dripping off my spoon, but not like pouring off my spoon like earlier. And you just want to keep whisking a bit more, and it will keep getting a little bit thicker and thicker, and then you can put that in the fridge. So we're going to go a bit longer. Aaron, you want to have another go? Yeah? Okay.
Can I have another go?
You can have another go in a minute, yeah? You can wait, everybody.
But look, Mummy. Look, the master.
No, I know. It's all right. We don't need to know. We want to tell them Okay, all right, that's done. Yeah, good boy. Okay, that's good.
Now my
No. Okay, so now we are going to put this in the fridge. No, it's finished now. Okay, Ishan, it's finished now. So should we say bye? Should we say our byes to everybody? Aaron. We're going to end up with cream cheese frosting everywhere. Okay, so that's it. So as I said, your cake's going to stay in the oven for an hour. Do keep an eye on it, you know, when it gets close to sort of 50 minutes. Make sure when you poke a knife in, it comes out clear, then it's totally done. This frosting is going to go in the fridge to set. And then when the cake is completely cooled down, that's when you can frost it, and then you can just sprinkle your chopped walnuts on top. So I really do look forward to seeing your creations. So as usual, please do tag me in your photos at What Shall I Cook, and I will share them. And I hope you enjoy this. So we'll see you again next week. Unless anybody's got any last minute questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, that is how you make carrot cake with kids in just a little over half an hour. Hope you've enjoyed that, everyone. Oh, you want me to recap before I go? What, the frosting or? Okay, Aaron, hang on a minute. Do you want me to recap the frosting? Somebody's asking questions. Do you want to recap the frosting? Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. And you said recap is it the frosting? Okay, so the frosting is 3 tablespoons of yogurt, 3/4 cups of dairy-free cream cheese, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, and if you're using extract, just a little bit less. 3/4 cups of icing sugar, and you're going to whisk it all together. And when it starts thickening, you're almost done. Put it in the fridge to let it set, and then you're good to go. When your cake comes out of the fridge, of the oven, not the fridge, then you can top it with your cream cheese and your walnuts.
No, Mama.
Thank you everybody for all the love. It's so nice to have you guys join me on Thursdays for my baking session. Doesn't always go to plan. So we will now take our leave. We'll love you and leave you. Thanks everybody for taking part and joining in. I look forward to seeing your pictures. Bye everyone. Say bye, Aaron. Say bye-bye. Bye. Okay, let's go. Right, end. Hold on. I'm going to end this one.